We've set up our hardware, and now we're going to install the software on the computer. The software can come in two ways. It either comes in a 3.5-inch floppy disk or a CD-ROM. We're going to be installing from a floppy diskette. So what we're going to do is take disk 1 of the installation disk set, place it into the A drive of the computer, and on the computer simply double-click on the My Computer icon, and then double-click on the 3.5 floppy A drive. And when the 3.5 A drive window comes up, we're going to be double-clicking on the icon that says Setup. If you're installing from CD, we would simply take the CD, place it into the CD-ROM drive, then double-click on the My Computer icon, double-click on the CD icon, and then double-click on the Setup icon to start the installation. The first screen that we see is the Welcome to Setup screen. What we're going to be doing on this screen is simply hit the Next button. The next screen that we see is the software license. Read the software license thoroughly, and after you've finished completed and reading the software license, simply hit the Yes button. On the next screen is where we enter our company information, username, and the serial number on your software. The serial number for the software on 3.5-inch floppy disks is located on any of the diskettes. You'll see your serial number. The serial number of the CD is found on the jacket of the CD. The next thing we're going to do is enter our information into the setup screen. Simply enter your name, your company name, and the serial number. And hit the Next button. The next screen will say, where do you wish to install Quest? We're going to go on and install to the default installation directory. If you want to choose a different install directory, simply hit the Browse button and select the appropriate folder. After you've done that, go on and hit the Next button. At this point, the software will go on and start installing. When asked for the next floppy diskette, insert the next floppy diskette into the A drive. When software installation is complete, you'll be presented with a screen that says Setup is finished copying files to your computer. This occurs after you've installed the last diskette or after the CD-ROM is done installing the software. At this point, we'll go on and select Yes, I want to restart my computer, and then we'll hit the Finish button. At this point, your computer will restart and Windows 95 will come back up. We're now installing the digitizer drivers. Begin by inserting the digitizer driver disk into the A drive of the computer. After placing the disk in the A drive, we need to go down to the Start button, up to Settings, and over to Control Panel. Once the Control Panel window appears on the computer screen, we need to double-click on the icon that says Add New Hardware. When the Add New Hardware wizard appears on the computer screen, we'll hit the Next button. On the next screen, we need to be sure to put a dot in No. Hit the Next button once again. Scroll down to Other Devices. Hit the Next button. Click on the Have Disk button on the next prompt. It will automatically come up with an A:\\. The disk is already in the drive, so hit the OK button. The next screen that it appears will be giving you hardware information about the digitizer board that you are installing. Hit the Next button. And finally, at the next screen, hit the Finish button, and it will start copying files to your hard drive. When the files are finished being copied to the hard drive, you'll be prompted with a Digipad tablet window. The first box is the cursor type. If you have a stylus, select 1, 2, or 3 button stylus. If you have a cursor, select the appropriate cursor type that you have attached to your digitizer board. The next selection is the COM port. We'll be selecting COM port 1, but once again on your system it may be COM port 2, 3, or 4. Select the appropriate COM port for your computer. The last box is the tablet size. We'll be selecting 36 by 48 for the hardboard or 30 by 36 for the roll-up digitizer board. After you've selected the appropriate digitizer board size, go on and hit the OK button. At this point, the software will tell you it's going to restart the computer. We're going to go on and hit the Yes button, and your computer will go through a restart. After the computer is restarted, we're now going to locate the Quest mousepad area on the digitizer board. We generally place this in the lower right corner of the digitizer board, giving ourselves about a ½ inch away from the active edge of the digitizer board. We'll be taping it in place temporarily right now to verify that it's actually in the active area of the digitizer board. Verification, or showing that something's in the active area of the digitizer board, is done with the stylus. The stylus, when it gets near the digitizer board, the red light will come on, and when it's outside the active area of the digitizer board, the red light will go off. To verify that the mouse pad area is inside the active area of the digitizer board, simply hold the stylus over the lower left-hand corner bullseye and the upper right-hand corner bullseye and verify that the light on the pen does stay on. On the roll-up digitizer board, we need to be sure to place the mouse pad area inside the gridded area of the digitizer board, which is the active area of the digitizer board. Give yourself about a ½ square away from the lower right-hand corner from both the bottom and the right-hand side, and tape the mouse pad in place. We tape it in place because if we pulled the sticky adhesive off the back, it would be really hard to move at some later point in life, and we also wouldn't be able to roll up the digitizer board. After we verified that the mouse pad is located in the active area of the digitizer board, we're going to go on and double click on the WinTab tablet icon in the control panel window. Once the control panel window comes up, we're going to go on and select the button that says Tracking. Inside this next window, we need to verify some of the settings. We need to have a dot in absolute. There should be no check or X in the whole tablet box. If there is one there, simply click on the box and the check or X will go away. Preserve aspect ratio box should also be empty. After we've verified these settings, we can go on and click in the gray square on the right-hand side of the computer screen, and then we're going to digitize the lower left and upper right-hand corner bullseyes of the mouse pad area. After this has been completed, go on and select the OK button on the computer screen. At this point, we should be able to verify that the mouse pad area is functioning by moving the stylus around the Quest mouse pad area. As you move it around the mouse pad area, you'll notice that the mouse corresponds to the orientation on the computer screen. The next thing we're going to be doing is locating the operations menu. We will be placing this about 2 inches or approximately an inch or so to the left of the mouse pad area on the digitizer board. Once again, we're taping this in place. We're not pulling the sticky stuff off the back of the operations menu. If we happen to do that, it's really hard to move at a later point. Once again, we need to verify that this menu pad is inside the active area of the digitizer board by simply holding the stylus over each one of the bullseyes and verify that the light on the pen does stay on. We're going to go on and tape the operations menu just about 1 block to the left of the mouse pad area, once again giving ourselves about a ½ square away from the bottom edge of the digitizer board. To locate the operations menu, we need to go on and start one of the Quest applications. So go on and down to the Start button, up to Programs, down to Quest Applications, and select one of your Quest applications other than the digitizer control panel. Once the Quest application has come up on the computer screen, go to the Tools pull-down menu, and we're going to select Locate Menu. When the Locate Menu box comes up on the computer screen, we're going to go on and hit the Locate button. At this point, we'll go on and digitize the lower left and upper right-hand corner bullseyes of the operations menu. You should get a white rectangle on the computer screen. When this is finished, go on and hit the OK button. You've completed hardware setup and software installation. It's now time to go on to the next videotape in the training series.